Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Kalachakra Star 59. In this video, I'll take you round a millennium-old Bruhadisvara temple in Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu. Brihadisvara temple is located on the south bank of the Cauvery River, about 8 kilometers from Thanjavur Town in Tamil Nadu, which was the erstwhile capital of Chola dynasty. This early 11th century Shiva temple is locally known as Thanjai Periya Kovil in Tamil, literally Thanjavur Big Temple, and was built between 1003 and 1010 CE by Rajakesari Arulmozhivarman, a Tamil emperor who was popular as Rajaraja Chola. Built in granite, Brihadisvara is a Madakkoil type of temple where a large temple is constructed upon a raised platform. From the epigraphical evidence, it is known that Rajaraja I started building this temple on his 19th year and completed on 217th day of his 25th year as king. On this occasion, Rajaraja Chola handed over a gold-plated kalasha or cupola to crown the Vimana or the dome as the final consecration of the temple. After ascending the throne, Rajaraja had first assembled a marauding army and his chariots of war, flaunting the tiger emblem, launched a victorious march across South India. His empire building was extremely ambitious. A strategist par excellence, he decisively destroyed the alliance among the Pandyas, Cheras and Elam or Lanka. Rajaraja led his mammoth army towards Tungabhadra and annexed all the territory held by the Gangas and Nolambas in Mysore and Bellary. He also crushed the emerging Hoysala power. He defeated the Chalukyas of Vengi and reduced them to a vassal state. His last military feat was the conquest of 12,000 islands on seas or Maldives. Thus, the dashing emperor built the largest empire that the Tamil country had ever seen. Brihadisvara temple was the nerve center of the Chola empire and attracted musicians, scholars, craftsmen and merchants. It particularly served as a platform for dancers who excelled in the traditional dance form of Sadir, which is now known as Bharatanatyam. Gradually, the Chola reign declined and they were ousted the Pandyas, who were in turn thrown over by the Vijayanagara Empire. In 1535, the Vijayanagara king installed a Nayak king and the clan called Thanjavur Nayaks, who reigned till the mid-17th century. In 1674, the Marathas conquered Thanjavur. Later, like the rest of the country, Thanjavur too fell into British hands. Rajaraja I named this temple as Rajarajeshwaram and the deity Shiva in a linga form as Peruvudairar. The temple is also known in the deity's name as Peruvudayar Kovil. In later period, Maratha and Nayaks rulers constructed various shrines and gopurams of the temple. In later period, When the Sanskrit language was more popular during the Maratha rule, the temple was named in Sanskrit at Brihadisvaram and the deity as Brihadisvara. Nowadays, it is called Thanjai Periya Kovil, the Thanjavur Big Temple. The temple is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. This temple of enchanting beauty tells stories of many dynasties, historic triumphs, and timeless traditions. The Brihadisvara temple is an exemplary testimony to the Dravidian architecture of the Chola period. It is considered as one of the three great living Chola temples along the Gangaikonda Cholishwaram temple and Airavateshwara temple. It is believed that the construction of the massive temple complex took only 7 years for completion, which is a huge accomplishment considering the scale of the sculptures, art, and the complex itself. The original monuments of this 11th century temple were built around a moat. It included a massive gopura, the main temple, inscriptions, frescoes, and sculptures predominantly related to Shaivism. Other structures and monuments were added in the centuries that followed. The temple now stands amidst fortified walls that were added after the 16th century. The temple has a massive colonnaded prakara or corridor and one of the largest Shivalingas in India. True to its name, the Shiva Lingam is 12 feet tall and its circumference is 54 feet. Brihadisvara temple is also famed for the quality of its sculpture as well as being the location that commissioned the brass Nataraja, Shiva as the Lord of Dance in the 11th century. The complex includes shrines for Nandi, Parvati, Murugan or Subramanya, Ganesha, Dakshinamurti, and other gods. These shrines of Kartikeya, Parvati, and Nandi are from the 16th and 17th century Nayaka era. Similarly, the Dakshinamurti shrine was built later. It was well maintained by Marathas of Thanjavur. The temple complex is a rectangle covering 790 feet east to west and 400 feet north to south. In this space are 5 main sections: the sanctum with the 216 feet towering superstructure, the great gathering hall, and the pavilion that connects the great hall with the sanctum. The Nandi Mantapa has a huge monolithic seated bull facing the sanctum and is one of the largest in the country. The Nandi is about 13 feet in height, 19.5 feet in length, and 16 feet in width, and weighs about 25 tons. The temple complex integrates a large pillared and covered veranda in its spacious courtyard with a perimeter of about 1480 feet for pradakshina or circumambulation. The main temple tower is 216 feet high and the tallest of its kind in the world. The stone at the top weighs nearly 80 tons. Fortified walls, rich in elaborate rock art works, surround the temple and give it a grand look. The complete structure of the temple is made out of granite. The main gopurams or gateways to the temple are splendid structures with detailed sculptures. The Brihadisvara temple continued the Hindu temple traditions of South India by adopting architectural and decorative elements of its predecessors, but its scale significantly exceeded the temples constructed before the 11th century. The Chola era architects and artisans innovated the expertise to scale up and build, particularly with the heavy stones, and to accomplish the 216 feet high towering Vimana. The Brihadisvara temple faces east and once had a water moat around it. This has been now filled up. The fortified wall runs around this moat. The two walls have ornate gateways called the Gopurams. The sanctum is the center of the western square. It is surrounded by massive stone walls. The interior of the Garbhagriha hosts a 12 feet tall image of the primary deity Shiva in the form of a stone linga or phallus. It is one of the largest monolithic linga sculptures in India. The temple walls have numerous inscriptions in Tamil. Many of these begin with the customary Sanskrit and Tamil language historical introduction to the king who authorized it, and predominant number of them discuss gifts to the temple or temple personnel, in some cases residents of the city too. The temple complex has 64 inscriptions of Rajaraja Chola, 29 inscriptions of Rajendra Chola, one of each Vikrama Chola, Kulottama Tunga the first, and Rajamahendra the second. 3 of a probable Pandyan king, 2 of Nayaka rulers, namely Achyutappa Nayaka and Mallappa Nayaka. An inscription on the north wall of enclosure, dated 1011 CE, gives a detailed accounts of people employed and supported by the temple. The inscription gives their wages, roles and names. It includes over 600 names, including those of priests, lamp lighters, washermen, tailors, jewelers, potters, carpenters, sacred parasol bearers, dance gurus, dancing girls, singers, male and female musicians, superintendents of performance arts, accountants, among others. Built in the year 1010 CE by Chola Emperor Rajaraja I in Thanjavur, the temple is popularly known as the Big Temple. It turned 1000 years old in September 2010. To celebrate the 1000th year of the grand structure, the state government held many cultural events. On 26th September 2010, that is Big Temple's Millennium celebrations, as a recognition of Big Temple's contribution to the country's cultural, architectural, epigraphical history, a special ₹5 postage stamp featuring the 216 feet tall giant Rajagopuram was released by India Post. The Reserve Bank of India commemorated the event by releasing a ₹5 coin with the model of temple embossed on it. Mumbai Mint issued ₹1000 commemorative coin with the same picture as on the ₹5 coin. It was the first 1000 rupees coin to be released in the Republic of India coinage. This coin was a non-circulative legal tender. On 1st April 1954, the Reserve Bank of India released a 1000 rupees currency note featuring a panoramic view of the Brihadisvara temple, marking its cultural heritage and significance. The temple is currently administered and managed by Babaji Bonsle, the head of the Thanjavur Maratha royal family. He serves as the hereditary trustee of the Palace Devasthanam, which continues to manage 88 Chola temples, including the Brihadisvara temple. This temple is one of the most visited tourist attractions in Tamil Nadu.